you hear me?
Oh, okay. There you are.
You know what it is?
What's up?
But I had to hit stereo on the phone also. I didn't know I had to hit stereo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just texting you to see what was up.
Yeah, I was looking at the phone. I'm like, I've never seen the stereo button before. So I was like, let me hit it real quick, and I can't know.
My bad. Let me just send the link out to a few people real quick so they can join. Hey guys, it's your favorite Jedi, BMF Goddess. I'm here today with my co-host Steve. Steve and I go way back into time. Now we grew up together, and he's a good dude. How you doing, Steve? Can you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
I'm doing all right. I'm a born and raised New Yorker. Just taking it easy here to talk about some stuff and maybe hurt some feelings and open some eyes.
Holla, I like that. I like that intro. Guys, today's topic is on one we have all gone through in one way or another, I'm sure. The topic of extreme the topic of extreme jealousy or toxic jealousy in relationships. This can be in friendships as well. The toxic kind, of course. Steve and I are going to, share some stories with you guys, and we're gonna hit. And you know me, I'm gonna hit y'all with the facts about healthy jealousy versus unhealthy. Yes, there are both. Steve, you want to start off?
I'll start from my angle. In terms of in terms of dating somebody and them being jealous towards you, and I don't mean jealous towards you in the fact of they're jealous of things you do. You 9 times out of 10 don't know what that person's been through, and a lot of people don't know how to deal with the fact trying to understand their
This topic was actually fan picked.
So, partner has been through situations where they dealt with like a dirtbag. They're gonna take not what they mean to do, but if it repeats itself and they start seeing the same habits, same routines, and they feel like it's gonna lead to the actions, they're gonna act upon it, even if that's not your intention. And you're obligated to try to understand your partner. Some people don't want to understand their partners, and they want to look at it like, oh my God, like I can't deal with this. She's on my back. She wants to know where I'm at. But, you don't whatnot. And that goes both females because, it goes both ways. Female could cheat just as much as male could cheat. And
absolutely.
Same thing with friends. I mean, you never know. You have people that get used all the time. Like when you have a bag, like my father used to always tell me, your friends are down in your pocket, and you know who your real friends are when you don't have money around. And people having weird relationships with their friends because they want to keep real people around, but you don't know who's real when you have money on you. So you end acting a certain way around certain people because you're like, yo, you chilling with me? Like, I don't have money right now, but you chilling with me. And sometimes those people don't want to hang out. And yeah, you get like it feels like you're being put on pressure, but it's like, yo, like, but when I was good, you want to chill, but now that I'm not good, you don't want to hang out with me at all. So like, what's the deal?
Yeah, I feel you. I've been in a similar situation. Actually, as far as friendships go, there is a lot of jealousy that goes on in certain friendships, and those friendships are toxic. We don't always know. We usually find out later, especially me because I'm a very friendly person, and I don't like to, approach people with anything from my past. So, I'll give you that trust or, leeway until you prove to me otherwise. But that type of jealousy is more along the lines of the kind of friend that secretly wants you to be as miserable as them, or just the type that's secretly jealous and I'm trying to think of a good example. I've been through this so many times, I should know. The ones that, won't see the things that they actually feel to your face. And then you wind up finding out later they felt this type of way. And they were just, pretty much plotting a downfall. And excuse me because I have a shitty cold, so my voice is like fucked up. Steve, you could hit the message button. Those are people sending messages. You see where the mic is? Yeah. Just hit the button.
Let me see if I hit that right.
Misery loves its company. Just keep that in mind.
So Matt was saying misery.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, that's true. You could be living your best life. You could be with your partner, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it may be, and you can have a friend that doesn't have any of that, and they enjoy seeing you just as single as they are. So they're gonna go out of their way to pull you away from your
yes.
and come chill with me. Like, yo, your man could be or your girl could be working all day, and they could want to come home and just relax and chill. They want you to be there in their company, and that person's like, all right, bet I know this person gets out at this time, so I'm gonna pull their partner out right before and chill with them until God knows when, so he can get tight and cause issues. And that's like a
right.
normal thing where it's like at the end of the day that person is trying to just get on your nerves to cause that breakup so they can have more time with that person. And once that happens, they dub that person like, oh, you don't got a man anymore or a girl anymore, so I don't really need to mess with you because I already did what I wanted to do.
Yeah, basically. And honestly, I've never got, I say this multiple times, being that as far as school goes, my area is psychology. I do understand why people are that way, but I've always chose not to be that way. But for me, it's just natural. It's like, if I feel miserable, I don't even want to be around nobody. So I sure as fuck don't want you to be in it with me. And I wish that more people would just think about how their actions, affect others in that standpoint. I'm going to play another message.
Yeah, I know I love y'all both. Y'all the best. And this is cool listening in on you guys talk while I'm at work. It's a little boring. And yeah, I'm kind of jealous of Lugo's body. I need that Lugo body. Nah, just kidding. Nah, I love y'all. Just keep on with this. I'm going to be listening straight through.
Thanks, Maddie. You're awesome. He's hilarious, man.
At gym, the body ain't gonna make itself. You gotta be dedicated. Same way, you want to be dedicated with everything in life. Everything's nobody's gonna push you forward except yourself. Sometimes we need a little push, and once you get that push, you gotta be able to do everything on your own because nobody's gonna hold you up better than yourself.
Facts.
This message.
That sound like my brother. His friends want to be around him when he has money.
Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, when money's there, that's when you have friends all of a sudden out of nowhere. The real ones are around you when you don't have anything.
Yeah. Steve, I don't know if y'all remember each other. I think Laura knows who you are.
So many people, like I don't even know half the time.
I'll be forgetting too. But all right, guys. So why don't we start off with healthy, because that's positive. It's not so healthy jealousy is basically an amount that's okay, that's not gonna go like the toxic way, which is the relationships we definitely should not be in. So what does healthy jealousy look like? Here's one example. If someone is giving flirtatious vibes to your partner, which is obviously you're human. You have feelings for this person. That's inappropriate. You're not gonna be feeling that. That's healthy jealousy. Another one could be if your partner is giving flirtatious vibes to somebody else, which is the other way around. Another obvious, not toxic, not crazy. Another one is your partner is bragging. Sorry, the baby just walked in. Your partner is bragging when you're in a rough place. An example of that could be like maybe both of you looking for a job and your partner's doing great and you not so much. A little jealousy there. That's not too bad. What else? Steve, you know any examples you want to share?
Well, those were all good, but I think for that work situation, there could be a positive and a negative, because at the end of the day, like you said, one partner is bragging. If you bragging that you got work and you're not trying to help your partner get what they need to get also, it could be something that ends up being negative, because it's like you worry about at that moment you got what you needed, and instead of like trying to encourage your partner, you're over here like bragging in their face. So, they're definitely going to feel some sort of way, and they're entitled to, because they're not getting help from their partner at that point. Like in that kind of situation, you bring each other up. You can't just say, oh, I'm going to get my bag, but, I got you. Like, not everyone wants to relax and be catered to. There are people that do, but, like, not everyone. Some people like making their own bag. That way, if things go sour, they're able to take care of themselves.
Right. That's a good point. Absolutely. Another healthy, not crazy jealousy. What if someone mentions something about your partner that you weren't aware of? Like maybe they achieved something that, you know how it is. There's special things or things between you and your partner that you always like to share. There's things that happen to you and you be like, damn, I want to tell them. You know what I mean? And maybe somebody else heard that news first, and maybe you like, it's not a big thing, but you're like a little bit like, damn, I wish I would in your first type of thing. And that's another good example.
I actually saw that in a Netflix show, Who Killed Sarah, where, this girl told this guy's father before she told him that she was pregnant. And the dude flipped out, like, how my father found out that you're pregnant before I did.
Oh, okay. Oh, man. I actually see you talking about that show. I was curious how good it actually is.
That show's pretty good. I mean, it's a lot deeper. Like when you watch a show like that one line, so you watch it, but it was just crazy. But yeah, definitely, like if one partner is telling things to other people and you're hearing it from a third party, you're gonna feel some sort of way, especially if it's something that's a relationship or friendship at that.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out. Abnormal jealousy, guys. Abnormal toxic jealousy, also called pathological jealousy. You guys ever heard that? I learned that in school. Or extreme jealousy. This may be a sign of an underlying mental health issue, such as schizo, anxiety, or issues with control. And I got, examples of those toxic ones as well. Go ahead, Steve. You can play a message.
Oh, we got a new one up here? Oh, here we go. Let me hit gold.
Okay, I'm just coming in to say hello. How you doing? That's it.
What's up, Gold? Thanks for being here. Go ahead, keep it rolling.
When you go out with your friends, then come back home and he has an attitude problem.
Yeah. That's a typical. We probably all went through that type of shit.
That's normal. It's abnormal when you're out with your friends and your phone's getting blown up, and
Facts.
I said a video to Miss BMF over here, and it basically was talking about how phones kind of changed the landscape of relationships. I'm a little bit older.
Hell yeah.
I'm used to like, you know, when you go out, you don't have a phone. Maybe you got a beeper on you back in the day because we didn't have cell phones.
Yeah.
If you weren't
The simple days.
and like if you were out and about, it was just like it was a wrap. Like if you were trying to meet up with somebody and it wasn't home, you just wasn't seeing them maybe until like the next day or two. Now we got these phones and it's like you have access to everything, and you know people record their crimes, so that's another bit. You know, that's why you have like that toxic girlfriend that's going through your cell phone trying to, yo, let me see your phone real quick. Let me see what's good. You went out with your boys tonight? Let me see it. And then, you know, you can share your location. So they're like, I saw you was here, but you said you was here. What's up? Like, let me see what you was doing, because, you know, guys or girls, they like recording what they do. Like, they don't like just doing stuff anymore. They like to kind of show off, like, oh, look, I'm over here doing this. I'm over here.
Yeah.
Instead of just like minding your business, enjoying your time, trying to like just relax. So yeah, it could be a little bit crazy when you're going out with your friends and you come back like 6 a.m. and you probably did nothing wrong, but you know your partner's not going to see it that way because you are out with a group of friends, and you know you can say a million times over, babe, or you know whatever it is, I'm not going to cheat, I'm not going to do nothing stupid, but you never know what the other person's trying to do. You could have the best intentions in the world, but the other person could, you know, not have the best intentions and put you in situations where you're not comfortable. And, you know, people get drunk to the point where they black out. And at that point, you're like, oh, I don't even remember what happened. And when that happens, then, you know, things are just going to go south really quick.
Absolutely. And you know what? Now that you bring that up, I think about how it was when we was growing up, and the fact that it was just like landlines. And whenever I would call my friends or my significant other or whatever the fuck, and they weren't home, I would just accept that and call them later, or they'll call me back. Now, since you have cell phones, God forbid you don't answer the fucking phone when they calling you, and it's like it has to be beef because you weren't answering and you have a phone. I know exactly what you mean, and that's a good fucking point.
Let me hit Laura White real quick again.
That's crazy. I watched a show like that too when she told her ex that she's pregnant, and her boyfriend that she's with now, that she didn't even tell him that she loves him and everything, that she's pregnant, and he was upset and didn't talk to her for weeks. And then he ended up marrying her, and they gonna get married, but they didn't have the. They end up having a baby, but I'm waiting for the second part of that movie to come out.
TV show.
I was laughing because you said her, you remember, because you said her government. We were, you know, because I remember it was always Guy fucking with her, talking about Laura White. But,
that's crazy.
yeah, Laura, I feel you.
Let me
Go ahead.
Message right here.
When you go out and they're just ringing up your phone over and over and over again, wondering where the hell you are, even though you already told them, hey, I'm over here. Like, you're right across, like into the other couch with them, or something like that.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, hello, you know where I'm at? Do I have to be, like, paying attention to my phone for you to call me? Like, how many times to ask me again what I'm doing or where I'm at? That type of shit is crazy. And let me tell you, it is damn right near abusive, because I know some bitches that be asking my guy friends and shit for pictures to prove where they are. That is abuse. That is borderline motherfucking, you got issues, insecure, trust issues, problem, get out of that. That is not okay.
Well, you know what? That goes back to what I was saying earlier too. You don't know what your partner's been through before, so if
exactly, but that's toxic. That's a red flag. I'm telling you, people, because if they have those issues, y'all gonna stay with issues. Let them fix themselves. You know what I mean? That's not okay behavior. It's not okay. And if you guys want to try to fix it together, whatever, but don't deal with that. No. The fuck? That's crazy. Go ahead, you can play another one.
Going back to Sophia over here.
Getting those turning message. When you come back home, I'm kicking your fucking ass.
Yo, it'd be crazy. All right, I'm gonna share a personal story, because I used to date a guy who was nuts like this, and
Inboxes be looking crazy.
I remember. All right, this is over the top. This is toxic jealousy. We were walking in the street. First of all, I have a body that is completely impossible to miss. All right, people look, men look. We all have eyes to look. Looking is okay. Now, if it's in like a really disrespectful manner, I understand. But do I think that a guy should want to stab a nigga because he looked at his girl? No. Like, and walking down the street with me, you gotta learn how to deal with that if you dating me. Period. And this guy, he was just over the top insecure and fucking jealous that one night we was coming home and some guy was standing at the pole and he looked at me and I think he said something, I don't know. But my dude at the time, he went completely apeshit and he ran upstairs to get a knife to go downstairs and stab this guy for looking at me. That's over the top. Steve, you want to share anything like you've been through? As far as that extreme goes?
I got one where it wasn't extreme. It was more different. I had on like normal clothes. I had on a colorful sweater. I'm holding my girl's hand, and I've had people like try to hook up with me while I'm with my girl, holding her hand, everything. And my girl just kind of like shrugged it off. She didn't like say anything about it. She just smiled. And then when we walked away, she was like, "Yo, like, do they not see that I'm with you? Like, I'm holding your hand and everything." And I was just like, "Yo, babe, like, I've seen it happen like a million times where, the female doesn't care that I'm holding on to a girl. I got a girl next to me. They just want to get involved because, male and females, they like jumping in relationships just to like break them down. We've seen it in movies. We've seen it in music all the time. Like, there's so many R&B songs talking about, I know you got a man, but what your man got to do with me?"
That's true. I remember that song. I used to sing it.
Yeah. So there's so many.
I kind of tell that to females now.
LL Cool J, made millions talking about, I saw you at the Rutgers chilling with your man, but he's still trying to like, do what he needs to do.
Yeah.
There's tons of R&B songs like that where it's like, yo, like, you got a partner, but I'm saying like, let's go link. And people just are accustomed to that lifestyle where it's like, all right, well, she has something. It got to be worth something. So I want to have it too.
Yeah. And
Crazy.
9 times out of 10, the grass isn't even greener on the other side. When you're doing dirty shit.
Yeah, all that shit catches up to you in the long run. You wanna be a dirtbag. You want to do something crazy. Like you cause these people to be these toxic, jealous people by your actions. So when and this goes for like the guys and the girls that want to be, excuse my language, pieces of shit, and they want to go fuck married people. They want to go cheat. They want to do this, and I'm not a saint myself. I've done wrong, but I've learned from my mistakes, and I try not to transgress into those same patterns, those same routines. But it's like when you do that and you hurt a person's level, you mess it up for everyone else. You cause that person to be toxic. You cause that person to be jealous. You cause that person to act a damn fool.
Clap it up for Steve, guys. Send those claps in. He's so right.
Yeah, you making that person into this toxic, jealous person because you yourself are a piece of shit and you don't want to realize it. You think, oh, I got the master key and I could, unlock any lock. But by doing that, you causing these males and females to be insecure to the point where they become toxic. Because it's like, yo, like, I had this girl and I love her, but she went and fucked this other dude because he has more money than me, or some crazy shit. It doesn't even have to be anything serious. Oh, she went out with her because her friends were all up on her saying, oh, make out with that dude. She made out with some random nigga while I was home waiting for her, and I wasn't even harassing her at the time.
Right.
It'd be crazy.
Wow.
Let me next message real quick. We got another one from Gold over here.
But couldn't it just be like concern from that person about what they're going through? And like, I mean, I get the whole like blowing up somebody's phone, but at the same time, it could also be just like, concern.
I don't think so. I don't think it's about concern. I think that when you're up someone's phone over and over like that, it becomes more of an issue of control, which was stated earlier. Because you're trying to control their actions. Because if you trust your partner and your partner tells you where they're going to be at, and you constantly hitting them up, same thing if you're asking for like a photo or something like that. Oh, where you at? Let me see. Like that becomes a control issue at that point.
Yeah. Because, hello, it's a phone, and you see your missed calls. After one call, they're going to see that you called when they get to their phone, and they're going to call you back. So there's no reason for repetitive 50 fucking phone calls. I've gotten that too from pretty much all my exes. It's crazy. And I don't do that to people. Humans are humans, and most of us get jealous at one point or another. So how can we tell if jealousy is a problem in our relationships and not just a passing twinge of insecurity? The easy and difficult answer is control. If jealousy is a fleeting emotion you experience on rare occasions that passes and doesn't impact your life, then odds are you're a human who loves something. If jealousy leads to controlling behavior, then that's a problem. So, here's a frequent one I've had as a woman. I'm not sure if guys have ever been to this, which they probably have, but when you have to change your clothes, your personal style is yours. When you have a partner who doesn't want you to look sexy or too pretty or too anything for fear that other people will look at you, then that partner is mixing jealousy with controlling behaviors, which is an ultimate no-no. Your partner can have an opinion about how you wear or how you look, but then, be free to disagree, ignore it, and do what you want. Important note is if your partner says they're doing it out of concern for your safety, don't fall for it. It's a manipulation used to justify their controlling behavior. I don't know if you ever went through that, Steve. I know the whole guys and sweatpants thing. I don't know anything else.
I mean, sweatpants thing is a normal thing. I go to the gym on a constant basis, and it's print season. Like let's keep it real.
Yeah, I like that.
I've definitely been in situations where it's like, where you going looking like that? And I got on normal stuff, but it's like when you look a certain way, like for a male, it's like when you go on dressed out, you put on like, a $400 belt, you have on a pair, $300-$400 sneakers, you got on a nice dress shirt, or it could be a tank top. You could be like, physically fit, you have a tank top on, you're showing off your upper body.
Yeah.
Got your fade done, you got your shape up, you going outside looking good because you feel comfortable looking good. You're not doing it for you. But, it could be seen as what bitch you trying to pick up or what nigga you trying to pick up.
Yes.
Like dress however you want to dress, look however you want to look. You want to post up sexy pictures online, do that. People could look all they want because at the end of the day, I'm confident in what I bring to the table, and I'm confident in not being that jealous person. It's okay for them to look, not to. And as long as you're not entertaining those DMs that you're getting, like it's cool. Because with these, like back to these phones, like people are disrespectful on both ends. They'll see you put a picture up with your man or your girl, and they're still gonna be in your DM saying, "Yo, it's good." Like you want to just link. Like it don't need to be nothing more than just one night.
Yeah. Happens to me all the time.
Let me hit the next message from Laura White over here.
I gotta go to a different room. I don't heard you said the B word. She said, whoa.
Okay.
Sophie. Let me get back to Sophie.
I remember my daughter's father. He broke a couple of my cell phones, so I ended up only having like 3 contacts. It was his mother, and some random, I forgot, his sister, I think.
Nah, but Janice, damn well
No bueno.
It's not good at all, but damn well your DMs be looking crazy. But I know you don't entertain that when
A relationship. Yeah. I've been through that shit too, man. I think pretty much almost every relationship I've been, a nigga has broke my phone, and being that I'm a gamer, they break my fucking game controllers, motherfuckers. Fuck y'all. And that shouldn't be done either. Don't touch your fucking spouse's phone. You shouldn't even be looking. You shouldn't even be looking. Like, this is all boils down to trust issues, and if you have them, then you guys have a problem.
Yeah, I don't.
I never feel like I need to go in my spouse's phone. No, I would never be that kind of worry bitch ever. If I feel that way, I don't need to be with you. Go ahead, Steve. You could play.
I was in a relationship once where I had went out for my birthday. It was a guys' night out for my birthday weekend. Went over to Latin Quarters, and the guys had invited 2 girls that we grew up with. What ended up happening is when they showed up, we had a good time. We were just partying, having a good time. I was dancing. We were all dancing. There was some pictures taken while we were dancing, and they went up as soon as the person got home. As soon as basically my ex saw the pictures, she broke up with me right away. And she was like, I thought it was a guy's night out. I'm like, it was? They invited them to come through because we all grew up together, and it wasn't like I was doing anything, I wasn't cheating. But she took it like that, but in hindsight, she had intentions to break up with me.
Well,
Wow.
that's a little bit like crazy on both sides. Like, I want to say like you're both wrong. If you planning on like chilling with the boys, and your boys, this goes back to what we were saying earlier, they have other intentions and they invited girls to show up, like, it's your duty at that point to say, hey, like, I'm sorry, like, my boys invited some friends over, do you want to come? Because it's females here now. Like, she could have said no, she could have showed up, but you said she had intentions of breaking up with you anyway, and this goes
Clap
back
it up for Steve. Clap it up. He's such a wise guy.
This goes
Love
back to everyone having phones. If you had said something beforehand, it wouldn't have been an issue. Like, if females show up and you know there's pictures being taken and stuff like that, and you dancing up on these females, because it couldn't have been normal pictures. You had to have been grinding up on a female, because that's what dancing's succumb to. I know a lot of people that don't like their partners dancing, because dancing, like, you damn near dry humping on the dance floor, so that don't even look right in the first place.
Yeah.
And then you over here saying it's a boys' night, and then you're like, oh, you know, these girls showed up and she didn't find out from you. Like,
Right, exactly. If he would at least give her a call or something.
you taking
That's the
the
problem with cell phones, man. Motherfuckers can't go out, have fun, and just have fun. They gotta be like, here's the evidence.
yeah, the evidence went up. And that's on
Next
you.
message.
Stop calling me Laura White. Oh my God.
Don't die. Or did you die? Next.
Yeah, if somebody gets me mad, I end up breaking my phone. They don't break my phone because I freaking flip out. Look, I did have one baby father that they broke my phone in half. And I was so pissed because he couldn't break it right, so he stomped on that shit. So yeah, I know how that feels about breaking phones.
I won't break my own phone. Fuck that. I ain't breaking shit. I don't have a tantrum issues.
You
Next.
keep it on my phone, I'm gonna just break it before you can see anything.
The going through messages and reading everything that you have in there.
Yeah. It's retarded.
It's they do, like, at the end of the day,
Okay. No, go ahead, finish it though.
at the end of the day, like, you know, it's a trust issue. Like, if your partner doesn't trust you, then it's difficult to maintain and pursue that relationship and make a stronger relationship, because trust is a very important part of a relationship. If you don't trust your partner, it's going to show in your actions. And you can choose to work on that and develop that trust based on what your partner's been through, or you can move on and try to find someone that doesn't have those trust issues. And, like, at the end of the day, like, it's not your fault that your DMs are being blown up and you're not entertaining them. It's your partner's fault for feeling that, you know, you don't have the willpower to tell these people, like, yo, like, I'm in a relationship, or like, yo, like, you can't be talking to me like that, I'm gonna block you. Some people
Right.
entertain it, and they entertain these conversations and they allow that person to feel like there's something there when there's not. And that's when it becomes
Exactly.
a problem on the initial person. Like, if you're in a relationship and you're comfortable and you're happy, you shouldn't be entertaining any conversation. And in the same regard, if you're not entertaining conversations, your partner shouldn't be going out of their way to say, oh, who the fuck's hitting you up in your DM? Niggas hitting you up. Like, yeah, you know what? People are going to hit you up. If you're an attractive male or female, people are going to hit you up. I get hit up, like, on my DMs, and I'm not going to say by who, but I don't entertain it. It's like, whether it be a male hitting me up or a female hitting me up, it's not something that I want. It's just something that, like, all right, whatever, like, that's not for me. I have, you know, whatever, 5,000 friends on Facebook and another, you know, whatever on Instagram. And I honestly have all these friends, and I know, 3% of them? So it's not like I'm going to go out of my way to entertain things that don't make any sense. Like, what's the point to ruin what you have at home for something that's going to last you a few minutes?
Yeah, you don't even know where it's going. I can see, you know, I have done wrong very scarcely because I stick to my morals. I don't believe in all that. You know, I'm very honest and loyal and trustworthy. But, you know, I was a kid before, and, you know, there was times that I did this my dude for another dude, and it wound up just not being worth my time. And that's how you learn. Only, like, these are just grown-ass adults acting stupid. Like, this generation, these people, and everybody wonders why love just don't exist anymore, even though love is a word, because the important thing is the connection that you have with the person. But what he was talking about leads to the next thing, is when you can't hang out with certain people. In most cases, who you choose to hang out with is up to you. Sometimes you and your partner might decide together that you shouldn't talk to a particular person. And for whatever the situation is, it's understandable when it comes to respect. But if that happens, it would be a rare occurrence. Now, if it happens all the time, it's probably jealousy. If your partner doesn't want you to go anywhere without them, or doesn't want you hanging out with certain friends, it's likely that they think you'll cheat or do something you're not supposed to do without their supervision. What do you think, Steve?
I think you're 100% correct on that. I mean, you are who you hang around with. If you hang around a bunch of dirtbags, then you're going to end up doing dirtbag shit, even if you don't want to at some point, because some people don't have the will to avoid peer pressure. And
that too.
That's those toxic friends that see you in a good relationship, they see you happy, and they take you, they put into your head like, yo, that shorty over there is looking at you, or that dude over there is fine, and I see him looking this way. Let's go get him to buy some drinks or whatever. And another, because you're over here putting yourself out there, and you're allowing yourself to be diminished and downgraded for a few drinks and a few pumps, if you understand what I mean.
Yep. Next message.
Yeah, I had that experience too. Go to my phone and read my messages, and then don't tell me the reason why they're mad until after. I said, oh, that's why they're mad.
Yeah, because sometimes you just be oblivious to shit. You don't even know. You're just acting stupid. Next.
I be going through that shit even if I'm not in a relationship. Shit.
The situationships. Yeah.
She's
those.
And Janice on right now.
I remember one time I went to Jimbo's. I think it was on 176 and Jerome. And the ex, he bought me a freaking cheeseburger. And then, I don't know why, but he assumed the Mexican was looking at me, the one that made the burger. So he got mad, started yelling at the Mexican, and threw the sandwich at him. Almost hit a lesbian chick. And the lesbian chick was like, yo, you fucking lucky you have a badass bitch next to you. What the fuck is wrong with you, retard?
Yeah, there you go. That's a good example.
So let me tell you something, guys. If your partner is going out of their way and trying to find out if you're cheating, 9 times out of 10 they're cheating on you and they're trying to find an excuse to justify their means because they don't want to feel like they're guilty by themselves. They want to bring you down to their level, so they're gonna go out of their way and be like, "Oh, you messing with this dude? You messing with this chick? Like, who you messing with?" Because they doing it, and they want to make sure that they're justified in what they're doing by bringing you down, even if you're doing it also, even if you're not doing nothing at all.
Right. Facts. Next.
And one time, that same ex, we was riding a train. There was a construction worker right next to me, and he started cursing him out. I was like, "Shut the fuck up before you bash your head with that damn helmet he got in his hand. He's bigger than you like 10 times, and you can't fight for shit."
Yo. Jealousy be making the toxic people real brave.
That's that Napoleon complex right there.
Or, the ones that want to say it's your fault when people flirt with you. When someone hits on you, does your partner say, "I can't blame them, you're gorgeous"? Or do they say, "You must have given them a reason to think they had a chance"? That's such a loaded statement. Bullshit. First of all, if you do not control the behavior of random strangers in your vicinity. Second, if someone asks you out or even just winks at you while you're crossing the street, your partner should not make you feel like you did something wrong. That's jealousy. Run amok.
Facts.
I don't even know what you're saying facts to, but let's.
Yeah, that was funny. But why you keep saying people's names on it? Sometimes that's not true. Sometimes your partner wants to find out if you just cheating, and they're not cheating at all, or they're just flirting with somebody else, and that's it. It's other reasons too.
Well, flirting is cheating, believe it or not.
It's mixed up in there. I mean, it depends on your relationship dynamic too, because some people don't mind it, innocent flirting, and some people don't like anything that has to do with it.
Being nice could also lead to like the thoughts of that person flirting. I was watching this show called Stalked, and there was this bouncer at a strip club that was very nice to one of the strippers, and he had his own relationship and everything. And one night she told him to come over, that she can't take it, and he wasn't trying to go over there to do anything. He was just trying to go over there to console her, and she killed him and then committed suicide and was like, "I love this dude, and if I can't have him, nobody can." So you got to be careful who you're being extremely nice to. So even flirting could be a form of cheating. Being extremely nice to someone, like even though it's with good intentions, it could lead to something negative because it could be perceived the wrong way. You could be the nicest person in the world, and that person's looking for that in their partner. So they're going to see it as you flirting with them and them wanting you in their life, regardless if you have someone. It goes back to, that movie, He's Not Into You. The guy was in a relationship and the home, like, "Oh, go for it. Like, so what? Like, maybe that's your person. Maybe he's not meant to be with that person." And that information gets put out there. It's not right, but
it's not, because people need to know that's just a movie and that's rarely the case. Don't take it that literal.
Well, they gotta, put a difference between flirting and a compliment, because I don't think a lot of people know the difference between that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm gonna come to the whole social media shit, and how I'm always, for my ladies that do hate being, harassed by the thirst buckets, I often say you can't, be nice or even say hi, because they do take that and run. And that's just a whole nother problem state that we just have to learn to deal with. Social media is a hot mess. Like the case is, if you like a picture on Instagram of somebody, will it get you a a stream of angry texts asking you why you're liking some random singles photos. If you comment on something or later, or one of your exes comments on the post, or will you get the third degree? Are you not allowed to post selfies? Do you ask before you post anything? Red fucking flag. Just like your clothes, your friends, and your free time, your social media is yours to control. You have the power. You don't need permission to like a fucking photo or chat with an old friend.
And for those people that don't like the thirst buckets, like, you know, if you're putting yourself out there and it's something you feel comfortable doing, you have to be able to understand that people are going to hit you up and say something that you aren't going to enjoy, you're not going to like. It's going to be sideways to you. You're not going to enjoy all their comments, but you're doing it because you enjoy putting yourself out there. So you can't take those comments seriously. You have to like let them go, because at the end of the day, you're not entertaining this person. Like, words don't hurt people. People hurt people. And if you want to feel comfortable with, you know, putting up a picture where you look extremely sexy and you don't like someone commenting on it, that's something that you have to let go, because you're putting it out there on your public profile if it's not private, and you're letting people see what you want to put out. It's your content. It's not their content. So you can't feel sideways when someone comments or like the picture that you put out there, because you put it out there for a reason. And it's for you at the end of the day, but you're allowing people to see it.
Yeah. I definitely, when it comes to that type of stuff, when I'm in a relationship, I act different. Even though I'm one of the females that, even if I'm not in a relationship, would rather not get the attention. I don't need it. If I want it, I'll go get it. But no, there are certain ways that you do, you know, behave differently when you're in a relationship. I had another thought and I can't remember it right now. You could play that message.
That is probably one of the biggest reasons I stay off social media now, because I can't compliment somebody on their picture without them going on my inbox and blowing that shit up. And then other people will be like, oh, you effing with this dude, or you effing with that dude. What the fuck? I can't just say he looks nice. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah. It's just, oh God, people. Ugh. It's a lot of, anybody's allowed to make an account. That's all I'm going to say.
People are going to always have their own opinions. We're all individuals. As long as you don't let it affect you physically or mentally, you're fine. If you're allowing it to affect you mentally, I always recommend going to get some sort of counseling. I know it sounds crazy, but I think after a certain point, we all need someone to speak to that's a little bit wiser than us, that's able to listen, understand, and interpret, and let us know back, you know, what we need to work on. Because nobody's perfect. We all have our flaws. We all have our mistakes. And, you know, we all let little things get to us that shouldn't get to us at the long run. And people can be very negative with their remarks, with their comments, and they go back to trying to bring you down. Because, like, at the end of the day, you could like not have slept with anybody for years, but someone's gonna find a reason to put you down into their category and be like, oh, you got to be messing with this dude because you said this, that, and another, when that's not the case.
Let me ask you a question, Steve. If you start dating somebody and they tell you automatically, okay, whoever you have in social media that you used to date or anything like that, they gotta go.
That's a red flag.
Somebody that me and you both know, who we grew up with, and was a dear friend of mine, had that situation, and I did feel some type of way because he had to leave me and he's not allowed to speak to me. Even though, like I said, predominantly we grew up together. Yes, we did date for a while, but I try to, you know, think about it from both sides of the spectrum, because I do understand why a person may feel this way, but it still boils down to being a red flag, and I believe not okay. I respect it, but I don't accept it. I don't think it's right.
If you're talking about the same person I think you're talking about, I mean, that person's been
certain programmer, yeah.
Yeah, like we're on the same page. That dude's been like nothing but respectful to you from everything I've seen online when he comments.
Yeah,
stuff.
we are friends, legit.
You know,
We were.
he'll like say something like extremely respectful. He won't say anything sideways. It's not anything that I saw that he said that was like trying to come at you negatively. It was just always like friendly, like, you know, you're a goddess, you're beautiful, you know, thank you for being a part of my life type stuff.
Yeah, and he respect my relationship and everything, the whole nine, which is why, you know, it did affect me deeply because I consider that person to be one of my closest friends, somebody that I could trust, and that is really, I don't trust people. You know, just somebody did to me, and it sucks, but it is what it is, and I'm sharing that because that's not okay, guys.
Some exes that you break up with on good terms, and it's not like anything happened. It was just something where you guys had to part ways, and it's okay to stay friends. I mean, obviously, you're not hitting up this person to go sleep with them. You had a good friendship when you guys were dating, and you wanted to maintain that friendship. Not every relationship has to work. You could, you know, meet someone and, you know, everything could have been great, but then you guys didn't connect on an intimate level, and that's okay. It's okay to just be friends with somebody.
Yeah.
You don't sleep with somebody in order to, you know, have a friend of the opposite sex. You could be friends and not do anything. And sometimes people confuse that friendship for a relationship, try to do something and it doesn't work and they stay friends, and that's fine. But if you have someone that, you know, is trying to stop you from maintaining that friendship, and they feel some sort of way, that's insecurity. And you shouldn't allow that person's insecurity to dictate what you're doing going forward. I mean, if you want to and you want to maintain that relationship, that's on you at the end of the day. But it's something where it shouldn't affect your judgment on someone that you're just friends with.
Right. And I feel like I understand to a certain degree because I have done it, you know, for guys that I've been with, but those were cases where I knew that there was some type of hidden feeling still there, or it would just be inappropriate. In our case, it's not that, and I feel like if you were my friend, you should have argued that, or at least tried to be like, hey, at least. But you know, it is what it is. When that person is no longer in their life, if it happens, they always come back. Your friends always come back.
Facts.
This is my theory. You should be comfortable with your partner 100%. Like if my girl looks like this and I go out with her and she's dressed very, very nice and somebody gives a compliment, I take those compliments and I'm like, thank you very much. Because I had an ex that will go out with everything showing most of the time, well, some stuff showing, and guys would hit on her at the bar when she go get drinks. I used to take advantage of that. So when they used to buy her a drink, she used to ask them for 2 drinks, her drink and my drink, and then she'll walk them to where the table's at, and then the guys would be like, oh, yo, dude, that's your girl? Yo, she's so cool, yo, she's hot, she's cool. My bad, bro. And they'll buy us all drinks at the table. So, like, I used to take advantage of that in the past. Now, if somebody comments on my girl's picture for her birthday because she's dressed really nice, I don't take it as anything, because you know what? Who do I sleep next to every single night? Who do I wake up next to in the morning? Come on now. There's no time to be jealous of stuff like that.
Thank you. I love that, Maddie. I gotta try that. That's dope. Buy us drinks. You know, there's a doorman and me and Chris is building that. Was always trying to, you know, get at me and stuff, but he didn't know, because a lot of times me and Chris would leave separately, so he didn't know we were together. And one day I was walking a little bit ahead of Chris, so the fucking guard, he drops everything every time he sees me and goes run to the door to open it for me, no matter what. So this particular time I was like, wait, hold it open, my man's coming. And after that day, yeah, he kind of fell back.
Yeah, if you
can play those messages, so we're gonna wrap this up soon.
All right, if you do something and like you change because you found out that the person is taken, like obviously you had different intentions in your mind. You thought your little gestures were gonna work to a certain extent, but I mean, it is what it is on that.
I'm about to get off because now my husband thinking that it's about him.
Oh man, are you still listening? Nobody's talking about you. We're not at all. It's just a general subject. Go ahead, you can keep going.
That's what happened in the beginning when I started the wrestling business. I was already dating somebody, but you know, every time somebody would say something in one of my pictures, which you guys know what type of pictures I already post now, it was more back in 2010, 2011. It was more of those pictures back then, and the guy I was dating, he was just going crazy. It was just jealousy shit.
Yeah, but you had your own like separate like I want to say modeling going on, and he needs to respect that. You know, that's what you were doing at the time, and you know that's something that you were invested in. If someone's jealous of their girl and doing modeling, like there's issues there. Like you should embrace the fact that your girl has a good enough body to put it out there and make money off of it without having to do anything crazy.
Yeah, but it takes a strong man to be okay with that. That, you know, I'm kind of flexible. I understand that it's not for everybody, and you know, but yeah, you should always be able to do what you want to do, regardless of that.
It's not fun for a marriage person because it's kind of makes it complicated to explain. Because I have male and female friends, and my husband gets mad at me all the time about it if I don't tell him about it. He says.
Well,
Yeah, sometimes. Sorry, go ahead.
That's just communication. Like at the end of the day.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh yeah, communication, definitely. I mean, sometimes your partner is not gonna know everybody that you know, but that's why you try to just, hey, this person or this is that person, and you're not just talking around the people and like they like who the fuck all the time.
Yeah, I'm cool with my ex that I was with for like 2.5 years. We were friends before that. You know, we ended up decent terms. We did bash each other at one point, but then we like just swept that on the rug and we're cool. She's happy with her man, living her life. I'm super happy with my girl, living my life. So we cool. Like she does cosplay. That's the only reason why I'm so friends with her, because you know we always bump into each other at Comic-Con.
I feel that.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
But you know, I hope that we did, drop some knowledge and help our listeners and maybe open some eyes, as always. Steve, I want to thank you for being here. Your insight has been impeccable.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Anytime.
Definitely want to have Steve back. You guys also, thank you for tuning in. You already know BMF Goddess on YouTube. You guys can follow Steve on here. Steve, you should, maybe if you want, you could add your Instagram and other social medias to your page here. You can do that if you edit your profile. That way people can follow you from there too, if you want.
Yeah, I'll go about doing that. If anyone's listening, Steve Lugo across all platforms. On Instagram, it's a picture of me like half naked. Don't worry about it. That's just how I post stuff. Hey, I do rap, be half naked half the time anyway. Same thing on Facebook, Twitter, just Steve Lugo, super plain and simple.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. You already know tomorrow it'll be up on YouTube. Peace out, and may the force be with y'all.